So, no long time no see. It's been actually quite a while since I've recorded the last episode with some video here, but I don't want to spend too much time talking about that, since I believe and think and guess that, having a video is quite fine and quite good and whatnot. Of course, it is going to make things slower, but it kind of serves the purpose of YouTube a bit better and it makes a bit more sense, I guess. So I think that I'm going to start from now on to have more videos and less only audio episodes, just when I need to have a bit more time, or when I'm about to do something different and certain occasions are coming up and whatnot, then I'm definitely gonna alter that thought or something. Neuroscience study shows memory can improve with training. New cognitive research shows how mnemonics can improve memory abilities. And I think that I've been talking about mnemonics before, which are certain techniques, as far as I remember, which can improve your memory and help you improve your memory. And I think that Josh Waitzkin, don't exactly know how to write him, is very good at that. And there are certain techniques, for example, the thought palace that I still have in mind and I still, sometimes think about using, but most often it's not quite working out. What's the memory palace? I think it is called. You can Google it. I hope you'll be able to find something. But what this is about is memorizing things by keeping them in mind and in a certain place. A good place to use is basically your home, because you know every single niche, you know every single corner, you know everything that is in this fucking house. And it is about basically hanging up some pictures, and memorizing things in that way, which means, okay, I'm gonna visualize in my head that I'm gonna, for example, lay down a certain picture on the floor, and I know the spot, and I have to remember that, for example, just right in front of my door. And it is also very important and helpful to visualize a picture that is very, very easy to memorize. Things that are easy to memorize are horrible things quite than, I would actually also say sexual things, just certain things that you really can visualize in such detail that there's no fucking way that you're gonna forget that. Maybe you also just bring in some emotions and some other things and some previous memories so that you can memorize it a bit better, and you can also recall it therefore better. And so when you have to recall those things, you go through your house, your room, your garden, whatever your palace is, and recall them, And the thing is, okay, I know in front of my door there's this certain picture of a house burning down with 3 corpses hanging out of each window, and the number 3 stands for the 3 3 most important eras of art history, for example. I don't know. And then I know, okay, I'm gonna think about my door, I'm gonna think about my room, and I know in front of my door there's a picture laying down with 3 corpses hanging out of a burning house, and this is a reminder of art history, for example. I hope you'll be able to find a bit of a better explanation, but just to give you that input. New cognitive research shows how... Oh, I've read that. So a memory enhancement strategy often used in memory competitions, known as the method of Loki, can help improve lay people's memory, a new study finds. Both memory athletes and non-athletes demonstrated increased hippocampal connectivity after training. Such memory-related brain changes were not seen in a control group. Using mnemonic devices like the method of Loki could help many people improve long-term memory, the research suggests. A new European cognitive neuroscience study published in this month's Science Advances, which apparently is some sort of magazine, I guess, reveals that by using the method of Loki, long-term memory can be improved by anyone, not just world champions of memory sports. And I do want to point out and say that there are very, very interesting videos on YouTube as well around those around those memory athletes and how they learn and what they do to achieve their capabilities. Because Even though, I mean, there might definitely be some people that in general have just a better memory than somebody else. Everything is due to training. Everything is due to training every single fucking day for quite some time to achieve that capability of memorizing things in such a quick manner, and such a lot of things actually. I mean, if you watch those competitions and these tournaments and whatnot, it is insane. There's quite some information they have to memorize and then also be able to recall. It is insane. The method of low key is a common technique used by memory sports competitors. It refers to the memory enhancement strategy of associating the items to be memorized with specific physical locations and retrieving the items by mentally walking through the imagined place. Yeah, it's basically the memory palace that I've been talking about before. This method is not a new technique. Its origins are traceable to ancient Greece and Rome. In Latin, loci refers to a location or place. Well, I actually thought about the god, the Scandinavian god, I guess. Well, in De Oratore, Roman statesman Cicero described a mnemonic technique of mentally selecting and placing images that was used by the Greek poet Simonides, according to the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy. Among the study authors is Among the study author is world-ranked memory athlete Boris Nikolai Konrad. I think that he's actually German. PhD, a neuroscientist at the Donders Institute of Brain Cognition and Behavior at the Radboud University Medical Center in the Netherlands. Well, okay. Konrad is a 3-time winner of the North Germany Memory Championship, 2004, 5, and also 9. Among his numerous other record-setting memory achievements and awards in both team-based and individual memory competitions. And there is a quote by him: "Even memory researchers who are not familiar with mnemonics seem to believe that what memory athletes do is targeting working memory," said Konrad. Tasks look very similar to what is done in working memory research. For example, the digit span task is often used. Most people can remember 7 digits, read out to them at the pace of 1 per second. Memory athletes can do hundreds. Even more important, while those 7 digits are forgotten quickly, memory athletes can remember them the next day and longer. They surpass working memory. The study has 2 parts, a memory athlete study and a memory training study. In the memory athlete study, the cognitive scientists compared how 17 experts using the method of loci among the world's top 50 in memory sports were able to recall a list of items with a matched control group of 16 that was closely matched for age, sex, handedness, and handedness, whatever this actually means, I don't know, and intelligence. For the training study, the 17 memory athletes were compared with 50 participants who are not memory athletes. The non-athletes were divided into 3 groups, where some received either 6 weeks of memory training, working memory training, or no training. The scientists took functional magnetic resonance imaging, or fMRI, brain scans during both encoding and recognition. They discovered that task-based activation decreases in the lateral prefrontal, parahippocampal, and retrosplenial cortices for both memory athletes and the participants of the memory training group post-training. Across participants of the training study, we found increased hippocampal cognitivity during rest after training, with the lateral prefrontal cortex, left angular gyrus, parahippocampal regions, and the caudate nucleus that was higher, the more durable memories were formed, wrote the researchers. The follow-up analysis showed that these effects were specific to the memory training group after training, but were not present in any of the control groups. So what I found was interesting about our results is that already after 6 weeks of training, people memorize more effectively, said Konrad. I had expected that for the memory champions who have years of experience, experience, not experiments, but experience, that we see it in beginners so quickly is great news in my opinion, as it shows it is possible to quickly adapt this way of learning. Our study confirms that in both memory athletes and novices, doing memory training using mnemonics leads to more durable memories. So what I'm gonna do now, since we are 10 minutes in, we are gonna go through mnemonics. I don't actually fucking know how to pronounce that. Maybe I can find something. Please give me something. Is it actually mnemonic or mnemonic? There is actually no M. Mnemonic. Mnemonic. Well, anyway, the thing, the strategy, the whatever. Examples of mnemonics, 4 tools to help your memory. The first article that pops up by your dictionary, well, thanks, is a tool that helps us remember certain facts or large amounts of information. They can come up in the form of a song, rhyme, acronym, image, phrase, or sentence. Mnemonics help us remember facts and are particularly useful when the order of things is important. Below we'll explore several examples of mnemonics that will help us remember everything from tricky spelling words to US presidents. Examples of spelling mnemonics. Arithmetic. A. Rat in the house may eat the ice cream. Or, a rat in the house. Because, well, arithmetic, because does friend, well, what? Okay, I'm just gonna read the introduction as well. Are you a fan of spelling bees? Who doesn't love a rich blue ribbon hanging proudly by their desk? If you have some tricky words coming up on the next week's spelling bee or spelling test, see if you can come up with any spelling mnemonics. All you have to do is construct a phrase or sentence where the first letter of every word represents the difficult spelling word. So take a look. Arithmetic. A rat in the house may eat the ice cream. Ah, I see. So arithmetic is as well as a rat in the or the house may eat the or the, well, it's actually the ice cream and the C. Because big elephants can always understand small elephants. Does daddy only eat sandwiches? The first word with D coming up is daddy. Thread rushed in eating 9 donuts. And so on and so forth. Example of order. Mnemonics. The order of taxonomy. In science, species are organized under a number of categories. Think of them like Russian nesting dolls. The order from largest to most specific is as follows. Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. To help students remember the order of taxonomy, the following sentence is often used. Kids prefer cheese over fried green spinach. Which is the exact same thing as before. Kingdom, kids prefer phylum, cheese, class, over, order, fried, family, green, genus or genus, and spinach, species. So the first letter of each word in the sentence represents the category, so kids represents kingdom and so on. Yeah, you get it. The order on music stuff. When reading music, the notes on the staff, which are the lines with a treble clef, are E, G, B, D, F. To help new students of music remember the order of the notes, the following sentence can be memorized. Every good boy deserves fun. And all furry animals cook excellently, and or good boys do fine always. Order of plants, and not plants but planets. My very excited mother just served us 9 pies. And so on and so forth. The value of P. May has 3 letters, I has 1 letter, have has 4 letters. So may I have a large container of coffee? Well, you can really think about every single way in which a word, well, and therefore also the sentence quite is structured. Whether it is about the first letter, could also be about the last letter, which doesn't necessarily make the most sense, but you could do it. You can, as they're doing it here, with the amount of letters that you're having in a certain word. So if you write it down, you're for sure gonna recall it probably a bit better than by just having it in your mind, because I don't know, I'm not good at visualizing every word in terms of how many letters there are in this word, and then also remembering the well, you know what I mean. Anyway, the articles of the Constitution. The United States Constitution has 7 articles or sections which detail how the government works. Large elephants jump slowly and die rapidly. The legislative branch, the executive branch, the judicial branch, the states, amendment, debts, supremacy, oaths, and ratification. Examples of acronym. Mnemonics. The spectrum of colors. The spectrum of colors are as follows: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. They can be remembered as using the acronym Roy G. Biff. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Essential amino acids. Phenylalanine, valine, threonine, tryptophan, isoleucine, methionine, and so on. Or to remember, try to recall this fictional fellow. PVT, which stands for something Tim Hall. Tim Hall. T and yeah, and so on and so forth. PVT is the abbreviation for private, oh, the more we know. A class of soldier within the United States military. Treating a sprain. Rest the injured area, ice the sprain, compress with a wrap or bandage, elevate the injured area, or RICE. There is also that we're using, or that I've been using as a paramedic for me being a paramedic, which is sample. Symptoms, allergies, medicamentation, yeah. P is the patient history, so some other illnesses that you've had before, and so on and so forth. L is last, and E is more or less what happened, you know, which is, I know everything is German, so it's not gonna exactly fit here. Anyway, coordinating conjunctions: for and nor, but, or yet so, or fanboys. Yeah, examples of rhyme or poem. Mnemonics. It pisses me off. It really does. 30 days hath September. If you've ever tried to remember which months have 30 days and which have 31 days, there's a helpful rhyming mnemonics for that. 30 days hath September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, save February with 28 days clear and 29 each leap year. Columbus sailed the ocean blue. In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. History lessons are full of important dates to remember. Well, there's actually a lot of rhyme things, as well as red sky at night, shepherd's delight, red sky in the morning, shepherd's warning. Or rainbow in the morning, travelers take warning, rainbow at night, travelers delight. Then mnemonic madness. Oh, okay, there's just the end. Well, yeah, there we go. This is the end of the video. I'm gonna see you the next time. Bye bye.